If you open PowerSchool today, you probably noticed that things look a little different. We just recently went through a system upgrade. I'd like to take a few minutes to talk you through what you can find in this new system and how you can find it. When you open PowerSchool, you'll notice that the first thing you see is this description of learning behavior descriptors. It's just a reminder for you of the behaviors and the habits of mind that we hope our students are all demonstrating so that you can remember to be looking out for those. As you scroll down, you'll also see the academic behavior descriptors. Those are basically just describing for you what the scores mean. What does a 4 mean? What does a 2 mean? What does an NE or an NA or any of those other things? You can always refer back to those. Once you scroll down below that, you'll notice that your child's classes start to show up. For example, this person's first class is language arts. Then as you scroll down, you get to see that they have math. Moving on down to middle school newspaper, PE, and so on and so forth to the rest of all the classes. This does mean that there's a lot of scrolling, but I think you'll find that the information you can find is still helpful. Now let's see what you can actually learn by looking at one class. You'll see here at the top, there's learning behaviors. This lists all of the learning behaviors, all 6 of them, should be the same for each class, along with whatever scores have already been recorded. Once you click on one of those scores, what will come up is a list of all the assignments that are linked to that specific learning behavior. So if I click on this, I see up here, I see a reminder of what the standard and benchmark is, or what it actually means to be respectful and honorable. I see which course, the teacher, and period, and then I see the assignments that teacher has scored, where that teacher has actually scored this learning behavior. Over here, there may be links that could tell you more, or there may not be. That's for learning behaviors. What about for academic standards? Again, you're going to go back and scroll down to the student's class. Go to academic progress. What you'll see listed here are all of the academic standards that your son or daughter needs to meet in each class. There's quite a few, but we're not tackling them all at once. What you'll see here is a number or the letters IP. You see IP, it means that class is still in progress. They've not yet done a summative assessment. Once you click on that, what comes up is again a reminder of the standard up here, and then a listing of all the assignments that are linked to that standard. You'll see in there that there are 2 types of assignments. There are formative assignments and there are summative assignments. Formative assignments are basically ongoing. They measure how a student's doing in working toward a standard. They're designed to help gather evidence in order to improve student learning and skill development. For these, you will not see a score. Instead, you'll see IP because it's in progress. If you click on that IP, what you'll see is a comment that should explain how the student did on that. It may say does not meet standard, it may say meet standard, it may say approaching standard, but it should also tell you what the student can do. It might say see rubric. For summative assessments, on the other hand, summative assessments measure to what extent a student actually meets a given standard. In these, students demonstrate how well they understand or are able to do what is expected. These are more like possibly end-of-unit tests or bigger assignments sometimes. For those, you are going to see numbers. When you click on the number, you may be able to get more information or you may not. The other thing you may notice are these codes. These codes actually tell you quite a bit. Anytime you have a little green square with a check, it means that the assignment's been collected. A red triangle actually means, you know what, this was late. Then you might want to look at the learning behavior or preparedness. This little orangish, yellowish square actually means that something is missing. That could be a problem for preparedness, for being on time, and just for working through things. So you'll want to work with your son or daughter on, hey, where is this and how can we get it done? The key differences I think you'll see in this new view of PowerSchool are this screen right here. This key difference allows you to see the standard and the assignments that are linked to that. You'll probably notice that the same assignments keep showing up. For example, that last assignment was related to writing. If you click on this right here, you'll see also it's one of the same assignments for a different standard, because often one assignment will meet more than one standard. That's okay. But what we want our students to be focusing on is, how am I doing on meeting the standard? One final thought before I sign off. Probably the most helpful thing to think about in looking at PowerSchool is to remember that anything blue is a link. So anytime you see a number or a word or a phrase or anything else that's blue, click on it. You might learn something more about how your son or daughter is done, about what an assignment is, or about how it's all working together. If you have further questions, please feel free to contact your child's teacher, and we'll see how we can help make this a greater learning experience for all of us.